Are you struggling to extract headers from an API response in Angular? You're not alone. This is a common challenge many developers face, and today we're going to tackle it together. I totally get it. It can be really frustrating when you send a request to an API and you can't figure out how to access the headers. You're definitely not the only one who has run into this issue. Here's the specific question we're addressing today. A user asked, "How do I get the headers from an API response in Angular 4?" They shared their code and expressed confusion about extracting the headers. Sound familiar? Let's dive in. So what's the issue here? When you make an HTTP request, the response can include not just the data, but also headers that provide important information. Understanding how to access these headers is crucial for effective API interaction. And stick around. At the end of this video, I'll share a pro tip that will make working with API responses even easier. To extract headers from the API response, the user should first modify the existing service method to include a way to access the response headers. This can be done by using the map operator to transform the response. Next, the user should ensure that the headers are being logged correctly. This can be done by checking the console output after making the API call. If the user wants to access multiple headers, they can do so by using the get method on the headers object. This allows for easy retrieval of any specific header needed. Finally, the user should handle any potential errors that may arise during the API call. This can be done by ensuring the error handling method is properly set up. Fun fact, did you know that headers can contain all sorts of information, like content type, caching policies, and even authentication tokens? They're like the secret sauce of API responses. Now let's look at the answers provided by other users. An alternative approach shared by another user involves using Angular's HTTP client to interact with a GraphQL server. They demonstrate how to post a query and extract both a response header and a body value. That's the end of that answer. Let's see another perspective. An alternative approach shared by another user highlights that the Angular HTTP.get method returns a response type. This response object includes a headers property that contains the header information you need. And here's the pro tip I promised. Always check the API documentation for the headers you can expect in the response. This will save you a lot of time and confusion. And there you have it. You should now be able to extract headers from your API responses with ease. If you found this video helpful, please subscribe for more tips and remember to keep experimenting with your code.